Story time about the time my stepmother came to visit me 1 month after she was unalived. I know, crazy, right? All right, so this happened years ago. My stepmother was sick for quite a few years. It took a while for them to figure out what was really wrong with her, but eventually she lost her battle with the illness, whatever, right? So, about a month after she lost this battle, my uncle we're from the islands, just to give you some context. Oh, this camera's way too close to me. We're from the islands, right? And at that point, my uncle had brought his family here, his wife and his daughter. He has two daughters, but the other one didn't want to come because she was in school and she wanted to finish her schooling. She wanted to finish the school year out, basically. But anyway, they came, the first night they came into the country, they spent the night at my dad's house with us, right? For some context, my stepmother never met them. Never met his wife, knew my uncle, but never met the wife, never met the kids. She knew of them. She saw pictures of them when they were toddlers, but she's never met them. So she don't know what they look like. So that's some context. Anyway, the first night they're there, my cousin slept in my room, in my bed next to me, right? My cousin was about 2 or 3 years younger than me at the time. Well, always. She's about 2 or 3 years younger than me, right? So anyway, in the middle of the night, I'm fast asleep. Next thing I know, someone is nudging my shoulder, waking me up. And I'm like, leave me alone. And it happened again. Person nudged my shoulder to wake me up. I open my eyes. It's my stepmother. And she's like, who is that girl? And I'm like, leave me alone. I'm sleeping. And she nudged me again. Who is that girl? And I'm like, leave me alone. I'm trying to sleep. And just for some other context, there's been time where my stepmother would accuse my dad of infidelity. So I think that's probably where she was coming from, why she was asking me this question. I don't know for sure. She didn't say. But she kept asking me, who is this girl? And this went on like 3 or 4 times where she'd nudge my shoulder, asking me, who's that girl? And each time I tell her, leave me alone. I'm sleeping. So now I'm annoyed. And I turn the other direction. Now turn the bed facing my cousin and turn my back to my stepmother. At this point, once I turned my back to her, she went around to the other side of the bed, the side that my cousin is sleeping on, peeped over her shoulder into her face, because, my cousin, we're not facing each other in the middle of the bed. We're both facing each other, and my stepmother's on her side, and her back is facing my stepmother. She leaned over her shoulder and looked in her face, and she's like, who is this girl? And I said, that's Uncle's daughter. When I say Uncle's daughter, basically, I said my uncle's name and I said the daughter's name. And then she knows my uncle and she recognized the name because, of course, my uncle has spoke about his daughter plenty of times. We know much about her and that he has a daughter with that name. So at that point, she was just like, oh. And then she just left. She just disappeared. And at this point, it took a minute for it to register what just happened. And I'm like, holy cow, she ain't supposed to be here. It didn't even register to me what the hell just happened. Oh, the buses outside are so loud. Traffic out there is so loud. But anyway, I was speechless, basically. And you know what the funny thing is? This is not the first time she came to see me since she passed away. You wonder what the first time is? Follow me and I'll tell you what happened.